Hey guys, Mr. Short Hitter here. It's a beautiful day today. What I want to do today is I want to show you guys a quick warm-up session. Let's say if you've got an important round of golf or any round that you want to play your best in. Give you what I would do to warm up, and it may be something that just might help you. Check it out.
5 holes to go, just play 13. Need a palm away, yeah, gotta hit more greens.
So guys, full disclosure, I don't do this before every round. When I'm playing, a lot of times Tom and I are playing matches. I'm on a course that doesn't have a driving range, and we get out there and get to filming. But if I'm playing a tournament, this is what I would really like to do. So the first thing, I just kind of do some stretches overhead, and I twist. Basically, I go each side about 4 times. And I'll give you guys kind of a condensed version, but then I go out here, get a good stretch, basically 4 each side, again 4 times. So I'll go here like I'm in a golf posture, same thing 4 times. Then I like to do some hip rotations here. People look at you funny when you're doing these, but so that just takes a few minutes. I'm just going to take a wedge, and I'm going to take 20 swings. So I've got my little 5-minute warming up, getting the upper body and the lower body moving. Once I take 20 swings with the wedge, I kind of work my way through the bag. I generally hit about 5 different clubs, starting with a 54. Take kind of a couple 3/4-ish swings. I never like to take more than 2 balls out of the bucket at a time, so I'm not just hitting them rapid fire. So perfect for me is about 30 balls. I'll switch and hit about 5 different clubs. So early along, I'm just kind of loosening up. As I get a little bit further into the warm-up session, that's when I start to really pick a target. So now I switch to a 9-iron here. Tree out there now that I'm looking towards. Got a target in front of me, and I can really pay attention whether I'm starting it on that line or not. So that started a little left of my line. And you have to take all of this with a grain of salt when you're hitting range balls, of course. Back on the tree, line my face up at it, stance. I'm gonna give you guys a condensed version, of course, because I'm gonna watch me hit 30 balls. But so 9, we'll switch to 7. Depending on how much time you have, it's really good to kind of go through your whole routine. I'll hit 30 balls in total, but I try to save a few. And what I do with those is I plan out my opening tee shot and approach shot. So this hole has a 410-yard hole, dogleg right. So I'm going to pretend that I'm playing that hole to visualize that first opening tee shot. .410, little dogleg right. So I hit a little fade there, going a little bit towards the dogleg. So I'm going to imagine I've got about 190 left. We're going to hit our approach shot. We've got a high wood. Okay, not bad, guys. So we worked our way through the bag. We hit about 30 balls. Then we hit the approach shot and the tee shot into that opening hole. Now we want to hit some short shots and some putts. We want to use the balls that we're going to be playing with if we can. And we want to get a feel for the course, how the greens might react, and also what shots are working and which one we need to be a little more careful with. That one pretty good. I got some grass behind the ball here. That one a little harder. Make sure to be safe and hit it past the hole. As we always do, recognizing different lies that we may get. Got to recognize that one too. Let's try that again. So that shot there, I felt like I had like a little dirt or something behind the ball. Probably should have checked. Short-sided here. Sure we get it on the front of that green. Better safe than sorry. So we want to hit some pitch shots, chip shots around the green, any shot we might encounter. If we get a chance to hit some bunker shots, that's even better. But 5-10 minutes chipping, 5-10 minutes pitching, 5-10 minutes bunker shots, 15-20 minutes overall, working on a short game around the greens, feeling out which shot is working better for you. Sometimes you may have a shot where you have green to work with, but for some reason that little wedge shot is working better than maybe a bump and run with a 9-iron, or maybe you don't have the feel with hitting that little hybrid like I do. So you'll get to learn what shots are working better for you, and you can kind of err towards those shots when you're on the course. Of course, sometimes like this, we have to hit the ball up in the air. Really important when you're working around the greens to use the same balls that you're going to play with. For instance, these are Strixon Z-Stars that I got from. This video is sponsored by Clean Green
golf balls.
This is my ad.
You want to do the ad?
I do want to do the ad.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Where does this guy come from? Okay, this video is sponsored by Clean Green Golf Balls. Clean Green sells recycled, not refurbished. Do you just want to do the ad?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead. You can do the ad.
Okay. Clean Green Golf Balls sells balls that are recycled, not refurbished.
You can save 15% by using the code MSH15. I also put a link in the description.
Mr. Short Hitter, out.
So here we got a little tight lie. Might work on that. Might encounter that on the golf course. Let's make sure we can hit it. Sometimes I'll make sure I'll put them right on the dirt, because we may get that when we're on the course. So guys, the next thing I like to do is I kind of start out at a distance that would be really the first distance that you could even possibly consider three putting. And I start from there to get the feel for the greens mainly. That is way too hard. Well, that's a little better. So I generally just take a couple balls with someone else's ball sitting there. And now I didn't get that distance right, so I'm going to hit that putt a couple more times. Make sure I got the feel for that distance. When you have a slope like this, you have to aim to get it close to the hole. So now those two are better. First one I just didn't play the break. We'll hit those a couple more times. Basically, we're looking for anything out of the ordinary. We hit one of them way too hard or way too soft. That distance I may want to try again. So I'm backing up here just for camera's sake. So now I'm going to go to a further hole. I'd probably push it back 5 or 10 feet. But here we'll go to a hole that's a little bit further out that way. It's about 3 or 4 feet short there. A little harder, but that's about 3 feet short. The point there is I'm going to go around the green, different holes. I generally limit it to 2 balls, trying to gauge the feel, starting at 15 or 20 feet out to 30 to 40 feet, depending on how big the greens are. And once I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of the greens speed, I'll come and hit some shorter putts. Now, when I hit shorter putts, I'm really conscious of a couple things. Have to read the break, of course. The most important thing on short putts when you're warming up is you don't want to end up losing confidence where you're thinking about that putt, that short putt that you missed out on the practice green. So I'm going to hit these putts. The idea is to develop confidence and not to lose confidence. I would rather you hit putts that you are real confident making, whether that's 2 footers, 2.5 footers, 3 footers, whatever that might be for you. I'd rather you hit putts from that distance than to come out to where I am now, 4 or 5 feet, and to not be gaining confidence, but to be losing confidence. That wouldn't help you gain any confidence. Move in a little closer. That'll help you gain confidence. Okay, guys, so the last thing I'll say on warming up, we've stretched a little bit, we've hit some balls, we've kind of worked on a short game area. On the short game, we want to make sure that we're familiar with whatever type of shots we may encounter on the golf course. Once we got the speed down, now we got some confidence by making some short putts and not missing short putts. Now we've warmed up. When we get to that first tee, the same thing we did on the driving range. We want to envision that first opening drive, envisioning that approach shot. We've got all the tools from around the green. Now we just have to be mentally prepared to play golf. And may have a video on that because that's kind of the hard part.
My game's obscene now, hooks and big fades, it's not my day now. Why did I play now? Just clear my head.